Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Audie Jake, and for today's video I've got something a bit different. I've got here an official Disney weighted plush, specifically a weighted plush of Stitch from Disney's Lilo and Stitch. From what I understand, these were originally only available at Disneyland and possibly Disney World as well, though I'm not sure. Eventually though, they were made available to purchase online at Disney's website Shop Disney and on Amazon, which is where I bought it. Now, these types of things are usually touted as being good for helping autistic people, because the extra pressure from the weight can be comforting and a good pressure stem. Though they can also be good for things such as ADHD, which I also have, or anxiety, among other things, which is why I thought this would be a suitable thing to review for you guys. I actually have a weighted blanket already, which is a similar concept, but it has more weight to it. I tend to put it away in the summertime because it gets too hot, so I figured this would be a good alternative. The Disney weighted plushes are generally all $40, except for one Mickey Mouse plush, which was $30, which is about right considering it's a quality weighted plush. There's several different characters to choose from. On Amazon, they have Stitch, the $30 Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Pluto, and an absolutely adorable Eeyore plush that I am tempted to buy sometime. Looking through pictures that I've seen, it seems that there might have also been another Mickey plush and a Winnie the Pooh plush at the parks at some point. All the plushes have a 2.5-pound weight inside them, and they even have a pouch in the back where you can take the weight out if you want. Now I'm going to be reviewing them based on aesthetics and utility. Let's start with how it looks. As you can see, they definitely don't skimp out on the size of the plush. These things are pretty big. Personally, as someone who has a lot of plushes, I like when they're a nice size. I don't like it when they're too small. But this one stops before it gets into too big territory. As for how it looks, I think they nailed the design. They could have used the fact that it's weighted as an excuse to get lazy with the design, but they didn't. The design is quite accurate to how Stitch looks, and it's incredibly cute. I mean, just look at this guy. He's cute and fluffy. Now, for how well it does its job, it's got a nice weight to it. As I've said before, the weight is 2.5 pounds, so it's got a pretty heaviness to it. It's definitely heavier than it looks. It's kind of a similar concept to a weighted blanket, only a little less weight. While it's not as much weight as my weighted blanket, the plush can be really comforting to hold against you. As for if a weighted plush or even a blanket is going to be good for you in particular, I would say it depends on if you find yourself comforted by extra weight being on top of you. Does the pressure feel good? Now, another thing I like to mention is just how nice of a texture it has. It's so soft and fluffy, and overall just really nice to pet and touch, and that adds to how comforting it is. Something like this can easily be ruined by having a bad texture. Especially for autistic people, because we can be sensitive to stuff like that. But the texture of this is so nice, it should be perfect for autistic people. And I would have to assume the other characters in this line of weighted plushes have just as nice of a texture. So overall, I'd say this plush would be really great for autistic people. If you're an autistic person looking to try out a weighted plush, I'd say give this one a go. Or if you're a parent who has an autistic child, I'd say this would be an excellent gift for them. There's a decent enough selection of characters that there will probably be one that they will love. And that's all for today. What do you think of the plush? Do you think you would buy one yourself or for someone else? I'd love to hear what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.